but who do you give the edge to in this first game with just drafts alone?
Oh, okay. I'm not going to be like bland to sit on the fence. I'm going to pick a side just to answer the question. I do see both sides having their own advantages and disadvantages, but I do like Blacklist International with just the fact that they have a good combination, right? And I've talked about like them picking out the Lampo. They put that as the last pick. So you have the Lampo, you have the Gonji with the heroic charge. Perfect.
Enemy minions
Yeah,
will
perfect.
arrive.
And I like it. I do agree with you. I actually, for the first time, I think this is the first time we've ever agreed on anything. But I do like the draft of Blacklist International. This is a very strong one. Whenever you see Just G on that Ogren, you do got to give him respect. And then Golden Kite on the Arlie, he's going to finesse them around.
Oh, wow. Lots of heroes on the mid lane as a start. Okay, that's going to be interesting just to put a bit more pressure on the mid, but immediately Guanyu moves to the top. You can't leave the top open for the Charlotte, so that's going to be a natural movement for him.
Yeah, lane, like, they just wanted to get Golden Kite a quick level 2. He's done so. Now they're going to make their way to the bottom lane and put a little bit of pressure onto Up here, who just hit level 2 himself. So this is going to be an interesting lane swap. Blacklist International had a little, intel, right? They wanted to kind of put a little pressure on that mid lane first. And now Xiaolin has been backed off, taking liberties. Flash away by Golden Kite will keep him alive.
Yeah, Xiaolin making this rotation. It's okay. I don't think you expect to get much out of it. It is just more of like, okay, you play 3, we play 3. And plus I shoved out the waves quickly, so that's why I made the rotation to bottom, which is fine.
Yeah, and you're also probably wondering why Dragon made his way bottom. It's because, again, they're trying to give Just G as much farm as possible, right? So they're giving up the mid lane to him, letting him make his rotations as a timing play so that he gets as much farm as possible. Dragon now putting a little bit of pressure on that top lane. So Blacklist International trying to be aggressive, trying to make it a little uncomfortable for Impunity here.
And Blacklist definitely not making it comfortable. They want to try to steal away this minion, and they got it. So yeah, one stolen away, that gives her a bit of an edge when it comes to the gold department.
Yeah, and again, it's just like whenever teams get the Ogre in, they just force feed him as much as possible, give him as much farm, and he'll just happily take things. And even invading, that's not the easiest of things to have done, but it kind of was set up by the fact that Dragon was rotating, put a little bit of pressure on. X0 was not comfortable, even gave up, backed off, realizing that the numbers advantage was just way too high in favor of Blacklist.
Right, so I don't expect much more pressure from both sides right now because both sides will want to prepare for the first Tyrant. If they're able to find a chance, great. As much as we can see here at the bottom lane, it's just going to be more of a poking scenario just because you have a Zhang on one side and a Lampo on the other side.
Yeah, they're going to kind of equalize on those two. But if you're looking at what Xiaolin is doing, he's putting a lot of pressure. They're forcing 3 in the bottom lane, right? They're okay with giving Ashing that farm, kind of trying to equalize what Justy's doing and getting that free mid lane here. So they're going to put, kind of equalize, try to let the junglers control this game.
And right now we can see a rotation from the mid. Dragon's actually moving to the bottom. But again, both sides really respecting each other. It's unlike like the series that we've seen before this, where one side truly wants to dominate for the get-go. But looking at how this game is being played right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we even see the first blood at like 8 or 9 minutes.
Okay. For the sake of a TV drama, I don't want to see First Blood at 8 or 9 minutes. I want to see some action now. I want to see some kills. But I do understand what you're saying. Both of these teams are playing very cagey. They're kind of playing very defensive. Nobody wants to make that first mistake. Yes, it's a best of 7, but at the same time, there's still a feeling out process, especially early.
Dude, I'm okay for delayed gratification, right? I'm just saying. But
I'm not.
You're not. Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down. We need to learn to be patient. But
Are you my mom?
I couldn't wear makeup the last time. Maybe not.
All right. But no, I get it. And I think that both of these teams are going to play safe, right? Nobody wants to make that first mistake, especially with this Tyrant just spawning now at the 4-minute mark. Ashing is making his way around, does spot it out, and it looks like they're going to commit a little bit more. A little bit different from what we saw in that last series, where teams were really not willing to go, but they're taking liberties, pushing him back. Justy getting low. He's going to give up First Blood. Ashing will get credit for this one, and it looks like they're going to back off. The winner is here, and Ashing is going to take most of this, going to stick around. Blacklist International, though, realize that the Tyrant, yeah, Justy's down, but the Tyrant's still there, and they're going to just back off now.
Yeah, they don't have Joshi. They are going up against a double smite. They probably want to let this Tyrant go for now, but they don't want to let this buff go. Oh, they have to.
Yeah, okay. And they're going to back off here on this one. It was very smart, right? They didn't have to force the Tyrant. It might have been a little risky, but instead they take the blue buff as well as the Tyrant, and that's going to further compound that lead. They've grown it to about 1k at this stage.
Yeah, that's a nice cherry on top, right? So the blue buff with the Tyrant, and they still have one more smite to go. But of course, with Bonds, you don't want to overly commit onto the Overlord, so you just want to go back to farming. Now, looking back at the replay of how this was executed, I just want to put focus on how they got that pick off and the positioning of Jushi. He got caught by spreading out. It was probably not his idea, but he must remember he's the smite holder. So at that kind of stage, you don't want to be the one to absorb the damage.
So one thing that Justin needs to do a better job of, and it's just got to respect Shaolin's Ishin, right? The fact that he can, use that taking liberties, pulling people away, then you have the world as my board. It's not so easy to get away when you're kind of tethered to them, so to speak. So this is a situation where he needs to be super careful, play a little bit more reserved, and not be that frontliner that you typically see from those Auguries.
And there's going to be another attempt by Blacklist International to try to take back their jungle. And they have to, right? Because we have seen multiple times that if one team is setting the rhythm, the other team is having a hard time getting out of it. But so far, Blacklist have tried.
Bridge Prison, they've got him knocked up. They got the kill. Ashe got caught out. What a nice little setup by Blacklist. But it did take all 5 of them to get the pick off. But all in all, that was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it, right? Because you want to set back the pace to yourself. And plus, they got the jungler. So I would say that it is worth it. Without the jungler, even if they want to go for the Overlord, they can't. So it was a good move there by Blacklist.
Yeah, very good move. I mean, Ashe down for he was down for 10 seconds or whatever for that cooldown, that cooldown timer for the respawn. But Joshi, level advantage, something to take note of, right? He's been consistently farming after that early death. He's bounced back quite well. He's definitely putting his team in a position to win, and they're still forcing it down, trying to get Joshi as much farm as possible, as he has the second highest, only to Golden Gun. Oh, sorry, third highest.
I'm looking away at some of the items, right? So Jamie is going to build into the Blazing Cape, so that will give him much more durability. At the same time, he can do split pushing because the Blazing Cape does damage to the minions as he moves across them. So that could give them an extra option in case they're not able to win teamfight.
Yeah, but look, if I'm going to speak honestly about Chammy, is that this dude wins team fights. Okay, sometimes he does it as a team, but sometimes he does it solo, but the guy is on point. He's been so good at finding the right angles to attack from. Like, you get caught out so many times, and this is why he's so scary on this Guan Yu. He can reposition you at a moment's notice, and he can do it from the wings where people don't really expect it. They kind of lose track. But if you're an Impunity fan or coach, you gotta let the team know that, hey, where is Chammy 1 at all points?
Yeah, and that's probably going to be their win condition, right? Like if he's able to get a good flank with a heroic charge, disposition the opponents, then follow up by Chaz with the thermal smash, it will be a perfect scenario for them. But so far we haven't seen like Impunity really grouped up for that opportunity to happen, right? So Blacklist, they still need to find it. While they're finding it, of course, just focus on the path.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's still very early. It's 8 minutes in. You were talking about the fact that we would get a kill just at the 9-minute mark. It's kind of been like that game where teams really haven't, over-pursued or gotten out of position. Yes, it's 1-1, but it's still a situation where, again, these teams are very cagey, very defensive. Nobody wants to give an inch, and they're playing just for the late game.
Well, maybe Chaz might want to try to steal this. He is alone though, so yeah, it's more of just scouting out, getting the information, confirming that okay, the blue bar's out, and Jamie doesn't need to overcommit. Potential mid-fight, not really, just because of how spread out Blacklist is just.
Yeah, but with that winners here, it's a little bit on the more defensive side. I thought it'd be a little bit more aggressive than Chammy 1. Might have gone for that push in, that Razor Cavalry on the back. But they're looking to go. X-Zero, he gets gone on. He gets sliced and diced by that motorcycle. And it looks like Chammy 1 will get credit for that kill.
Oh, good communication there by Blacklist. They probably told themselves like, okay, the tower is going to go down. There is X-Hero still there. Come in, boys. But speaking of coming in, they might come in onto Impunity. But Impunity, knowing that they don't have the manpower, they back off immediately.
Yeah, no manpower. I mean, the minions were going to be taken care of. They have the wave clear. But Golden Kite, he's going to make use of that space. That top T2 taking a lot of damage as he gets that for essentially free. But one thing to take note of, Chammy 1, they have 2 kills on that team, both of them owned by Chammy.
I love Chaz's position, right? Like he stood away from Lady Sun and he opened up the jungle so that he knows that if anyone would come by to try to backstab him, allowing him that confidence to just push on.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, the vision score, both of these roamers very good, Megumi and Chaz, of just kind of, you know, kind of finding where the enemy team is, being that forward scout. It's going to be very important here. But this Shadow Overlord was, they thought about it, but then they were like, hey, actually, where's Chammy? We got to be a little bit careful with this going in.
They do have double spikes though, so they can still do it, but like what you say, right? Chammy is the one giving them that psychological damage. It's like, can we go in? Can we not? Mom, can we? But mom says no, so okay. Just be disciplined, and they don't really need to force it.
Yeah, they don't need to force it, but at the same time, they don't need to listen to mom. They are grown men. They can do whatever they want. I'm sorry, that was the first one, maybe, but I'm sure you felt that. But Shaolin, oh, he's taking so much damage. Oh, he's been knocked up, but he's gotten killed. Oh, excuse me, he did somehow survive. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's happening at the back here? So that's X-Hero. Maybe he tried to find an opportunity to sneak in, but the opponent disengaged, so no chance for him yet. And still, we have not seen a really good heroic charge.
Yeah, we haven't seen one just yet, because again, they've kind of spotted him out. They understand roughly where Chammy's going to be, so that they haven't overcommitted. They haven't really stuck together. X-Zero now in a bad spot. He needs to be a little careful, as 3 members of Blacklist are going to be there. They have the Wind Slash. The Tyrant is about half-life already. Ashing still up in front, spots it out. It hasn't gone back in the cave. They're looking to go for this one, and it looks like Jushi's trying to get the connection, the Wind Slash, and it looks like Ashing is going to be the first to fall. Chaz with that nice burst brand, the Unbridled Outburst, pushing them away. They're taking liberties, not going to hit onto Chammy. They still have 4 members. They're continuing on. 5 members from Blacklist International, but Golden Kite finally does go down.
Whoa.
Like they've got the power gradation on the backside. Zero do some decent work, but Jushi's going to be killed. Gets a double as he finds Chammy as well. 3 members down, and Impunity right now finding kills and finding opportunity.
And Impunity, they were close to getting an ace. Look how low Dragon and Chaz was at some point. Man, that was crazy. But great engagement there with the Unbridled Outburst from Impunity, getting those kills in, pushing the others away, and now they will get a freebie in the name of Tyrant.
I mean, when you've gotten 3 kills, it's hardly a freebie. I think you've earned it at this point. It was gonna. I thought it looked bad because Ashing kind of died. He was still up in front, and he was taking up so many of these guys. Look at his positioning. All the way there, kind of gets blown up. Golden Kite gets that kill, but then once Golden Kite falls, it's really tough to kind of continue on with this fight here. Shaolin backs off here, and then that power gradation was so on point with that stampede from that Unbridled Outburst on Megumi. Really well played by Impunity.
And I also want to point out the fact that X-Hero was in a dream position, like from the side, dealing not only psychological damage, but also coming in at the right timing. And that is a position that actually Chammy wants to get, but because of the presence of X-Hero, he can't get that sort of dream position.
Yeah, hasn't been able to get that as of yet. But I mean, X-Hero really showing up. Oh, here we go. The world is my board. We're going to continue the Tremor Smash. It's just going to zone more than anything else. Chaz now on the run with that winner is here. We'll slow things down. Impunity will just figure out, they'll just stick to the mid lane instead. Put a little pressure on this one.
Blue team
Tower.
has destroyed
It's going
a
to be free
tower.
for Impunity. Again, job done, right? Like what you mentioned earlier on. The whole idea is to zone, and that's about it. You don't really need to force the kills, but if you see an opportunity, why not? It could be one coming up
Blue
soon.
team has
Could be
destroyed
an
a
opportunity here.
tower.
And I mean, Up doing a good job of taking down those towers, using that space, whatever's given. Now Blacklist International on the defensive, down about 6K. That is definitely sizable at this 13-minute stage. They're going to put pressure on the top
Blue
T2.
team
Blacklist
has
International
destroyed a
really
tower.
cannot fight at this stage.
Yeah, I'm thinking about their win condition right now, right? Their only main damage dealer is going to be Golden Kite. Last we saw Chammy's item, he went for a tank item. Maybe he'll go for a semi-tank. So that, again, leaves Golden Kite to be the main damage dealer. Yes, you have Dragon as the first damage dealer, but first damage require cooldown. So that could be their...
Oh,
but hey...
Dragon. Oh, Dragon's so close to getting blown up there. Oh, he's going to limp away. And now this could open things up for that Overlord. Chaz scouting things out. But again, I do like your point about how Golden Kite has to do most of the heavy lifting. They just haven't given Justy enough time to be that damage dealer, that sustaining tank that's out front. Yes, his gold is decent, but he's definitely in the lead. But again, he hasn't hit that critical mass just as of yet.
Yeah, to answer that question, I'd like to see Jushi's item, but...
My board, the burst ram. Oh, Chaz not able to get away. He got locked in, and that's going to be another opportunity for Impunity here. It looks like they're going to go for the Overlord, or they're moving away around it, and they're going to start it now.
I guess because they know that, okay, they got Chaz, but it's not Jushi, so they just want to make sure that the parameter is secured. Okay, Jushi is no longer around. Now they go for the Overlord. No rush for them because they still have the manpower. And after getting Overlord, now it's about shoving up the waves, doing standard stuff, and just wait for the waves to just push in, and they will take down the TP.
They're going to look to start sieging it here. Blacklist, again, behind. If anything, Chamey's trying to buy some space, looking to split push, if anything. Just create a little bit of space. You are so far behind, 7K at the 15-minute mark. Tough situation to be in, but you got to find ways to breathe.
Okay, I'm looking at Chamey's position. That is the golden position. That's the position that he wants to be in. From the side, from the back, from the front. Not being known by Impunity, and if you can get a good one, that could be it. But looking at Impunity's position, they have broken off, so no chance for Chamey yet.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and he was kind of off the map for some time, but I think that's, again, where your spider sense needs to be tingling if you're Impunity, right? They were like, okay, something is astray, we don't see Chamey on the map, he's not split pushing, we don't really know where he is, and that's kind of why they're like, actually, we shouldn't take any fights until we get that vision. Having that vision score, that map control, is key, right? Because you got to know where your enemy is to attack properly. And I think that they have done a good job of basically mitigating the potential damage that Chamey 1 can do at any moment.
Okay, so I'm looking at the items, right? Both Chamey and Jushi going for tank items. So yes, heavy lifting is still Golden Kite. He has to be able to deal the damage. So if you're Impunity, you'll be thinking that, okay, looking at the items, it's only Golden Kite. If they're somehow able to take out Golden Kite, and that's going to be X-Zero's job, the fight is won.
Yeah, and I mean, Golden Kite, it's not a great situation because he's got 11K, Up has 14,000 in terms of net worth, right? So the damage that he's going to do with basically an extra item above Golden Kite, he's going to do that tremendous damage. And Justy's not going to feel safe because he wants to kind of, I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to take a couple hits here and there, but, you know, Up is going to do so much. But they're continuing on Justy, looking to go with Conductor of Souls, trying to turn this around. And it looks like Dragon's going to back off. He's going to be low. Ashing is low as well. And Chamey is now joined, but that mid T3 is getting whittled down. They don't have the minions. Okay, it doesn't really matter. They'll look to just take it down regardless. And they do take a second T3.
And you know what? While all that was happening at the bottom lane, both X-Zero and Chamey, they were playing tag behind. So because of that happening, Chamey cannot do his whole backstab thing, you know, with the Russian disposition and all that. So he was not put in a good position.
Yeah, look at how far he is. He's in the mid lane. He's looking for that flank attack, but they don't really want to go. They don't know when the proper commit. Chamey is looking to go for this one. He does go in for the heroic charge, and it looks like Megumi's going to spot this out. The Tremor Smash from Chaz is used. They didn't get really much. Impunity right now basically shrug off the attempted assault by Blacklist.
And now Blacklist International looks like their plan kind of failed. Chamey is still trying again, looking at him at the side, but the further they're pushing, the harder it is for Chamey to actually execute it.
Yeah, it's not going to be looking good. The bottom T3, the final Bastion, is going to be killed on this one. But it looks like X-Zero's still up in front. He gets the Leaping Saber from Megumi, keeping him alive. It's just going to be a matter of time before those super minions make their way across the river. We're just making their way there, but they're going to, Impunity are going to back off, regroup to go for that one final push.
Patience again by Impunity. They're not really forcing it yet. The fact that they don't have the minions, yeah, it's apparent that they need to retreat. And now they're just clearing off the jungle, just denying Blacklist from even able to catch up to the farm.
Yeah, and can we give props to Impunity here for just playing such a good macro game, understanding where the lanes are, pushing at the right time, and then taking the objectives and not giving up anything. I mean, yeah, you died 3 times, but you played a very good game. Nice wind slash onto 2, connecting it here, but here's the winner is here with that pick inside my board. And look, turn this one. Here we go. The Tremor Smash does actually connect, does a decent amount of work with that Conductor of Souls, but Megumi takes out Chaz. Golden Kite gets wind slash. They're going to continue on forward. Here's the secondary life. Golden Kite has been killed yet again. The double kill by X-Hero, and Joshi now running for his life, trying to stay alive. He gets blown up. He gets a triple kill, X-Hero that is, and they get a team wipe, and Impunity will strike first, taking it to Blacklist International. They will take game 1.
Impunity, ladies and gentlemen, winning game number 1. And what I noticed that in the final fight, Champion was really trying. He was trying so hard. He was trying to get in a position that he can use his heroic charge to do what we theorized earlier on. But he was just not able to find that right angle. And as he was driving around, obviously he